Welcome back, tribe. Let's get into it.
I'm tired of doing things alone.
It's never ending, huh? We got fake
I've been
tears.
on my own for so long, and I've just been disappointed. I choose relationships that I know won't work out
Oh, the
because
sad
needing
music, dude.
someone is like it's too vulnerable for me.
So where have all the men gone? Where have all
Oh.
the real men gone? Now
All of
I'm
a
a
sudden.
stronger woman. And whoever I attract now, they're going to be so lucky to have me.
Welcome back, family. Just another day. And yet, we have another modern woman who regrets divorcing her husband when loneliness strikes hard. Let's first start by watching her breakdown in tears.
You know, that saying, it's so simple, man. You don't know what you have until you lose it. It's so evident in these people. They don't appreciate their partners. It's because of the security, the provisioning, constantly being there, melding your lives together into one. You have to be your own individual person. You have to, through whatever you do daily, like going to the gym, going to work, going shopping for whatever, grocery, hanging out with the boys, you have to separate yourself from your spouse so they can long for you a little bit, so they can realize what it's like for you not to be present every single waking second of the day, or else you stop being appreciated. This is just human nature. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This is one of the dangers of melding your life into one when you get married or get into a relationship that's long term. Never ever forgive, or I should say forget, your individualistic nature as a person. Because once that's gone, that pedestal that you put her on is the death of your relationship.
When she gets tired of doing things alone.
So I'm sitting in my closet and I'm having lots of emotions. I haven't cried in quite some time. And a lot of emotions are coming up because
Oh my God.
I'm moving. I'm tired of doing things alone.
All could have been avoided. Just not divorce your husband.
So a lot of emotions come up because of childhood, right?
Okay.
And things that happened in your childhood and, not feeling loved, things like that. And
having an epiphany.
And I had such a hard time asking people for help because I've been on my own for so long.
Okay.
And I've just been disappointed that, like, when people offer me help, I literally find it so awkward.
Okay.
Everyone thinks I'm a strong badass, but you guys, I still have my moments.
Okay.
I still struggle sometimes.
Waiting for the flip in like a week when, their emotions are just so volatile. Where the real man at? I'm a bad boss, babe. Yes. Oh my
God. Not every day can be perfect.
Oh, tears. Look at wiping them away. Feel bad for me. Hit the like, subscribe.
It'll be a better day tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be in a new place.
This shit is so whack.
Here she is again, blaming her problems and failures to the modern woman's infamous childhood trauma.
When you're a person that really wasn't shown a lot of love as a kid or kindness or affection.
A lot of us weren't.
It's like so hard for me as an adult. And I realized that I choose relationships that I know won't work out because it scares me.
Bro, you see what I'm talking about? When I say vet the family, this is what I mean. You would have had an ability to peep into the childhood trauma when you meet the family, when you see how the father runs the household, if there is even a father present. Do you see what she said? I've dealt with women like this before. One of them was divorced and literally said to my face, and I've said this plenty of times on other episodes, the closer we were getting in the relationship, the more anxiety she was feeling and would self-sabotage harder and harder to break us up for the fear that the relationship would end, just like her parents divorcing, because if her parents couldn't make it, what chance did she have? So the closer and the more invested and the more vulnerable she felt as our relationship went on, the more she needed to get away, to protect herself. That's trauma. That's emotional damage. And that's what happens that you as a man have to deal with when you get into a relationship with these kinds of women. This is why I tell you guys, man, never, ever, ever be afraid to meet the family. It's the single most important thing you can do. They can sweet talk you at dinner all day long. You can be sweet talked and they can sell you a pretend character of who they are for months on end in a relationship until you go home and meet the family and you see what they're really like. And you base her values off her father, her mother, her uncles, her aunts, sisters, brothers, everybody, man. You're vetting because that family, it doesn't even matter. That family, regardless, if you marry this woman, you have to invite them over into your life. They will be a permanent part of your life anyways. It's not just about your woman. Her family matters too, guys. You have to start when you're vetting women, you have to vet for family too. Not just a peep, deeper into red flags like this, but what kind of grandparents do you want for your children? What kind of extended family do you want for your children? What kind of mother-in-law and father-in-law do you want for yourself to deal with? This shit matters. This is going to affect your happiness long term. Judge them harshly and do not deal with sunk cost fallacy. If you see something you don't like, if you see a dynamic that's completely messed up, if red flags are coming up everywhere, you need to cut bait and run. That's your only option. Everything else leads to destruction, divorce, eventually losing your kids, losing half your shit, getting dragged in the courts, getting character assassinated because you're going to be made out to be the evil one and she never did any wrong. And you're going to be one of the statistics and one of the stories that we see all the time about men in the comment section saying what happened to them or how you should never get married or all this shit because that's the guy that made these mistakes, bro. They can be avoided. They're easiest avoided when you go overseas and you meet more humble, more traditional, more God-fearing, more family-oriented women. It's the modern mindset that's poison. The modern mindset poisons both men and women. The modern man is a clown show, soy-filled, gets blown in half by wind, nasty cuck with rainbow-colored hair. And the modern woman is full of tattoos, piercings, and a rap sheet 10 miles long, ridden harder than the bicycle on the side of the alleyway in some city. Come on, man.
It's like, I haven't needed someone in so long because needing someone is like, it's too vulnerable for me.
These women are just addicted to the drama. It fuels their whole body and existence. Mind you that this woman was married. She had what most women want. But she decided to leave the marriage for the streets because she probably thought that she could do better.
Really, it's not about why me, because our experiences are what make us who we are. I'm grateful for who I am now. And maybe if I had had the white picket fence and the house and the husband, who knows? Maybe I would be getting divorced now with 3 kids. And I wouldn't want that on anyone else either. I've been through divorce without kids. I can only imagine how hard it is with. So I'm grateful that I had the experiences that I had because now I'm a stronger woman. And whoever I attract now, they're going to be so unlucky to have me.
Dude.
You must be out of your damn mind. The only men...
She's not out of her mind. She thinks that's reality because in her existence, her comments tell her what strong, brave, independent, powerful woman she is. Society, from movies to music to whatever else in culture, tells her the same thing, that divorce is cool, that starter husbands are a thing, that you don't need to settle, that if he has boundaries, that's abuse, and that you should get the cherry on top with everything, the sprinkles, all of it, and you don't have to settle, you don't have to compromise or come to the middle for any reason whatsoever. This is the delusion. This is the entitlement. This is the rot of modernity that's affected a lot of, quote, modern women, especially the ones that consume social media. That's why it's a red flag, dude. Anyone, and it's just a red flag for men too, for the ladies watching this shit. If the guy is addicted to social media, if all he does is consume content, consume, constantly scrolling endlessly through that shit and just filling up your brain with absolute garbage and propaganda and frying your dopamine receptors and having the memory span of a goldfish, not being able to focus on anything, getting dumber, forgetting sentences and words and how to read and not do the most basic tasks because your mind is turning into freaking mush from all the digital bombardment. Come on. Does that seem like a person, like a green flag? Like, oh yeah, this person's definitely addicted to technology. This will make a great life partner for me. No, dude, it's bad on either end. Avoid these people. And these are the ones that will get sucked into some fringe idea or go down that rabbit hole on social media and get completely sucked up by that community. And they'll do all sorts of dumb, crazy shit like this, leaving your man when you're being taken care of, when he's a good guy, when you're happy, but you're just upset about something because the, Instagram or the TikTok algorithm is so good at feeding even the slightest bit of narcissism or negativity that gets you sucked down that hole, and then it just takes over your life, and then you begin to act it out physically, and then you can't backtrack those decisions.
We are going to watch now how the dating market humbled this woman in the worst way.
About dating over 50 and how wonderful it is. It started off on Thursday with the man telling me that I'm his person and he manifested me and he's going to make me his wife. To then only be ghosted. Then let's go to Saturday night where I meet another man who just talks about himself the whole entire night. I don't think he even knows my name. And then let's transition to today where another man, 45 years old, is saying he wants friend group benefits. So like the first date, coffee, and then we go right into Netflix and chill. Sounds like a great time.
I will not date a man who doesn't work out, who doesn't value his own body and mind to make it better than it was the day before. Not date a man who doesn't have equal or better than I do. So where have all the men gone? Where have all the real men gone? Because
real men are dating women half your age. That's fine that you want a man that works out and is healthy. Great. We want women that do the same thing. That's discipline. Takes a lot of it to maintain that, especially over a long time frame, like in your 50s. Cool. You want a man that does as well or better than you. Hypergamy, that's standard issue on all women. Cool. We understand that. You want to look up to your man, but you're 50. Why wouldn't the man that has the things you're looking for just get a woman 30, 25? You don't think those women want that man too? That's stable, that's in good shape, that has a company, a business, money, financial freedom. You don't think other women half your age are looking for the same thing? You know, like just how you were enjoying out competing the older women when you were 25, when you were 30, and dating those older men, and they weren't looking at the 40, 50-year-olds back then. You don't want to think about that, do you? It wasn't even in your purview, huh? You had no idea, blind to it, just like the invisible men that you've rejected all in your 20s that would have made good husbands, that would have taken care of you and done all the things your husband done as well. You had a ton of them lined up. You even found one, still left them, crying about it sad. Truly, you can't make this up.
Because all I see are weak and feeble, fat and out of shape.
Cool.
So
that's just a litmus test of the quality of men that you can get truly in the marketplace today. That's showing you what your value is in the market today. The only kind of men that will talk to you when you're 50 something are old, fat, weak, out of shape, feeble men, as she's described it. That's true. Those are the only ones that are actually willing to match with you, willing to take you out on a date. It's the bottom rungs of what's left of men. That's what you have to understand, ladies. You don't get your pick of the litter at 50. You get your pick of the litter for top quality men when you're in your early to mid 20s. That ship sailed. That's why that list has to go all the way down to, is he breathing? Is he not in therapy? Has he healed from all his things? Does he have an income? Like, you need the bare minimum, and you have to settle for the quote trash that's left, because that's how she looks at it in her mind. You look at how she down talks those men.
I'm your new coach. I want to coach you so that you can date a girl like me. One who's strong, who's confident, who's got his shit together. I don't need you. I want you. So if you want a coach, shoot me a message.
Yo, you guys, listen up. I totally just did this in the gym and I'm so proud of myself. There's like a hot guy here. So I literally was like, hey, excuse me. And he was like, yeah. I go, how tall are you? And he told me his height. I was like, oh, you're a good height. You go, because I always say like some guys are too short or something. I don't know. I made up some sort of excuse. And I'm like, you look like you were the perfect height. And I just want to know because I'm single and dating.
I can't even imagine my grandma behaving or talking like this. Just going to the countryside and seeing how, robust, strong, traditional women are behaving like actual, 15-year-old. I can't see it. It's mind-blowing, the gap in maturity and experience in life. Wow. We have not developed past 15 years old. Really, if you want to do the needle in a haystack thing in the United States and the West in general, where you have to sift through absolute garbage to find a decent person, more power to you, brother. I understand. Not everybody can leave or wants to leave. Having seen what I've seen being overseas, I sure as hell would not even bother trying in the West. No thanks. It's garbage. Why put in 10 times the effort for a tenth of the reward? It makes no sense.
Younger, I wish that someone had reached out to me and helped me. I wish that in my 20s and my 30s, like, hell, even now, sorry, I have an itchy butt now. Like, it's so funny how we're so standoffish. Like, where, meaning people call or reach out to you and first thing you think of is, what do they want from me? Right? I don't want to be like that anymore. I want to be more receiving and more open and more genuine and authentic, and just that that's my goal. 2023.
The comments. As a 53-year-old woman, I enjoy these videos. LOL, I cannot imagine videoing myself blabbering away. What a bunch of train wrecks. Anyone who wanders around talking into a microphone in their own house to an invisible audience is a hard pass. Never mind age 52. Just makes things extra cringe. Granny's still acting like she's a teen. Yikes. More proof that social media is a gift from God. Man, this is women as they really are in reality. Nah, only here in the disgusting, like, depraved West. Man, that's so different. If you're not her first choice, then you're automatically her worst choice. Even if you're a good man, move wisely. Grown people who continue to blame things on their childhood are destined to be losers. That, quote, childhood crutch allows them to not take responsibility for the shitstorm in their life. And they really are responsible. This woman in the Mets tee is case in point. Yeah, that's the truth. At what age do you start to take accountability and responsibility about your childhood trauma and all the issues from that point onwards? I mean, come on, dude. I'll give you until 22, 23 max. And then the healing process has to start. You have to become at least aware of your problems. Boy, oh boy. The divorce statistics, the childlessness statistics, the relationship statistics, the sex statistics are going to be incredible to see over the next 10, 20 years. It will be a national topic of debate. I guarantee it. We're headed for a cliff. This is just barely a peeping past the oncoming train wreck that is Western society. You will see. It's going to be worse than we could ever imagine. That was from Talk That Talk. If you guys like his channel, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.